Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another exciting episode of the Havaat show. Guys, we are here to get you kitchen savvy, and today, I hope you guys enjoyed our previous episode. Today we are cooking up typical, genuine, authentic, traditional prawn curry, Durban prawn curry, South African Durban prawn curry, enough to tantalize your taste buds. Guys, we're starting off with our basics here. You know, our spices, we've got all our masalas here, and we're starting off with 500 grams of clean shrimp. This here you can buy it pre-packed from any of your local supermarkets, and let's get started with today's exciting show. So guys, we've got the shrimp here. Let's get the shrimp going before we get the actual curry going. So we've got the shrimp. The first thing I'm going to do to the shrimp, I'm going to add a massive dollop of ginger garlic, or plain garlic, crushed garlic. We're adding it to the shrimp. So we've got that. What you can do, guys, you can add some salt to it, because this is going to be our marinade. Just probably about a half a teaspoon of salt. Remember, shrimp doesn't take long to cook. We're going to put in some ground dana jiru, just to put it over there, and let's put in about, I would say maybe about a half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. Let's put it there on the top. What we can also do, we've got now some beautiful cayenne pepper or Kashmiri spice. Let's add it to our prawns or our shrimp. Remember, they cut, cleaned and washed. And what we're going to do now is let's add on some lemon juice, guys, to make the beautiful marinade. So I've cut up some lemons here, and I'm just squeezing about a quarter lemon. Let's put in half a lemon. I think half a lemon would be fantastic. What do you guys say? Let's go in with half a lemon, and let's give this a nice soak, guys. Let's give this a nice soak. So don't be afraid. Get your hands dirty, and let's mix this beautiful marinade, and we're going to let this sit. In fact, we're going to first fry these prawns, guys. We're going to fry these prawns in a little bit of ghee on low heat, because prawns, we're going to do about 2 minutes on each side until we get that lovely smell of the ocean that's going to come through. Remember, the prawn bunny, as you guys can see here on my left hand side, I've cut a half a loaf of unsliced bread. I removed the inside. Very simple. Just cut it out, cut 4 squares out, put your knife in, dig out the middle part, and you've got your bunny. Now, this prawn curry can be eaten with a bunny. It can be you can have it with savory rice. You can have it with a whole lot. You can just have it with plain roti as well, or even your rogni naan from your local shops or whatever the case. Even just with bread. This prawn curry is going to be amazing. Okay, like we said, guys, I'm going to put this. We marinated the prawns. I've kept it here. We're going to try and keep this as quick. This is a simple dish, guys. 15 to 20 minutes, I would say 30 minutes tops, and you've got an exquisite meal on your hands. Okay, let's get our hands washed. And let's get started with the cooking process, guys. Before we start anything, I've got a pan here. We're going to first sizzle. I've put a little bit of ghee, 2 tablespoons of ghee in here. Let's fire this bad boy up. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. This here is to show you that anybody can be, you don't need to be a novice, just have fun. And that's all that we're doing in here. We are having fun. As you can see, with a little bit of heat, the ghee is melting immediately. Let's let it get a little bit soft. And we're going to be adding our prawns to this. And you're going to immediately see, once everything starts sizzling, guys, we're only going to cook the prawns. We're going to fry the prawns in here for 2 minutes, about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes on each side. And then we're going to make our wonderful prawn curry. Immediately after that, it goes straight into the bunny, and you've got one of the most amazing, authentic South African dishes. So guys, here, it's getting nice and hot. I've got it a bit on medium heat at the moment. It's going to go down onto low heat. I just want to get the ghee nice and melted. I'm taking it down. I can hear it sizzling already. And we're adding this. Now what we want to do now is just gently add in all this so that we don't get the splatter of all the water, because these are, there we go. You can already hear the sizzle, guys. This is 500 grams, and I'm sure this should feed about 2 to 3 people, guys. And we're going to leave it to cook for about 2 minutes on each side. While this is getting ready, guys, while our prawns are getting ready, I'm going to fire up the other side, and we're going to get now our curry ready for these prawns. The first thing we're going to do, obviously, as you know, we're going to take some oil, right? Again, I said you can use, if you want a healthier alternative, you can use some macadamia oil, you can use olive oil, or you can use ordinary sunflower cooking oil. So I'm going to add some oil. I'm going to add in, I'm using a small pot because I'm not cooking for many people. So I'm probably putting about half a cup of oil. Let's fire her up. There we go. We've got her on good heat. And let's start adding our spices. Now, the first thing we want to do there is we want to add in some mustard seeds. Let's keep an eye on these prawns, guys. Let's keep an eye on these prawns, because like we said, these prawns, they cook very, very fast. And you don't want them to become rubbery, so you just want to give them a good fry or good cook for about 2 minutes on either side. So what we've got, as this is getting done, guys, I'm going to take about a handful, a pinch of mustard seeds and add it to the oil. The mustard seeds is going to give it an amazing flavor, guys. I'm going to take about 2-3 pinches of. Okay, let's get our chopping board. Let's get our chopping board and let's chop up our onion, as we can already hear that our mustard seeds are popping already, guys. So let's go into here. Let's get our onion out of here. Where are we? We're fighting with this. Doesn't want to open. That's a classic. Here we go. We've got our onion in here. And guys, like I said, we're not going to chop. I'm not going to chop it fine. I'm just going to give it up because we want the crunch of that onions in our tomato curry and in our paste. So let's just do that. Let's get some pieces up there. Lovely pieces here. Let's get this onion done. Chop, chop. Here we go. That's looking wonderful. Let's go. Let's just give it up. One onion is more than enough that we need, guys. You're not going to need much more than that for our curry. And we're going to get all those aromas and all those flavors coming through amazingly. Okay. So here we go. We just put it up like this. Let's close that up. Let us get let's get them back up. So we've got the first one up. We've got the second one up. They're popping. Our seeds are popping there already. Our mustard seeds are popping. Let's add our onions. And you're going to hear it already sizzling there, guys. Beautiful. And like we said, with all our curry dishes, we want it to get nice and soft, nice and translucent before we add in our tomatoes. There we go. Our prawns are almost done. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a toss here. Going to give our prawns a little bit of a toss. Remember, these prawns here, we are just cooking them lightly on each side so that they're going to go back into the pot and all these flavors. Don't worry about this juice. This juice is going to infuse with all the flavors of our curry, and that's going to give us that amazing taste that we are looking for. Okay. Let's pick up the heat a little here on this side. Okay, guys, we're now going to get our chutney ready while our prawns are being cooked and while the onions are being braised. We're now going to let's get our tomatoes and let's get our chutney going. So the first thing we're going to do, I've got about 3 gem tomatoes that I've cut. We're throwing it all here into our blender. And like we did in our previous episode, we added a little bit of water. And like we said, the secret to this is to take some dhania, put it in here, mix it with the tomato, so you're going to get that lovely, deep, rich taste. Let's add some water to this, guys. Just adding some water here so that it blends beautifully. Let's close it up and let's blend our tomatoes. Right, like I said, this is a quick meal. It's not something that's going to take you probably 2-3 hours to make. Give it a nice whiz. There we go. You can already see it's got a different color to it. And we are back here. Okay, guys, let's have a look. There's our onions and our mustard seeds popping. The onions are nice and translucent. We can now start adding all our masalas and our spices to our mixture. Okay, so guys, let's go. I'm going to, like I always say, I'm going to take some ginger garlic masala. Let's put in some ginger garlic masala. I'm going to throw in some ginger. I'm going to use about maybe 2 heap spoons of ginger garlic masala. And then our spice tin, guys. So let's throw in some jeera. I'm going to use probably a nice big pinch of jeera. Let's throw in some, oh yes, of course, we've got to throw in our arad, our turmeric, about half a teaspoon of that. Let's put some ground jeera, some dana jeera. Let's throw in some of that. There we go. And now we're going to, oh yes, let's put in some chili powder. Maybe about 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder. And we're going to now throw in, if you want to, you can put in, let's put in 2 chilies, green chilies. Okay, guys, we're putting it into the pot, giving it a nice good stir, and you can already see the color changing, guys. The color is changing and it's looking amazing. Let this braise for a couple of minutes. Probably about a minute or two, not too long, not too long. I'm going to pick up the heat slightly on this one. And let's start adding in our tomato paste. So here we go, guys. Remember the one that we just liquidized now? Our gem tomatoes that let's add it to our mixture. And look at that, guys. This is the moment when the pot explodes. It's smelling absolutely amazing. This kitchen is bursting with flavor, and let's give it a good stir. Like we said earlier on, what did we say in our previous show? If you've been watching our shows, guys, what we want to do is we want to give it that deep red look, that Durban curry look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some concentrated tomato paste, about a tablespoon of that, and maybe even a little bit more, because we want the color to be precise. Okay, guys. We've got it in there. I'm going to give it another good mix. Where's my spoon? Where's my spoon? Where's my spoon? Here we go. Let's give it a good mix. The heat is up. It's going to start boiling. You can already see, guys, the color is looking stunning. And our prawns is already done. Remember the prawns that we left here on the side that we only did for 2 minutes on each side? We left it on the side, and you're going to see when we dish it out what a amazing culinary experience this is going to be. We're going to bring it to a boil. We're going to bring this to a boil. So I'm just going to add a little bit. We still want to keep it nice and thick. We want this curry to be nice and thick. So all I'm going to do now is add a little bit of water to it, not too much. Otherwise it's going to be too runny, and you want your gravy to be nice and thick. Okay, of course, the thing that we missed out, the thing that we left out is salt. So let's go to our salt. Let's add some salt to taste. Again, I'm only going to put in about half a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more, a dash more, like they say in Gujarati, ahre. Right, so we just put it into taste. We're going to get that taste now coming through amazingly. Spoon again. Let's go again. Let's give it a bit of a stir, and you can already see it's starting to take shape. The beautiful curry is starting to take shape, and we're going to be adding the prawns in there as well to cook. We're going to bring this to a boil. We first want to get this to boil. We don't want to cook the prawns in there. It's going to turn too hard. It's going to turn too rubbery. So let's wait. Let's get this to a boil, And then let's start adding our prawns with all that marinade, with that ghee, with everything that we put from the start. We're going to throw it in, and then we're going to finish it up with some lovely garnishing. We've got some carrot and we've got some cucumber here on the side. It's going to be amazing. Okay, here's it. It's to the boil already, guys. It's to the boil. Remember, the show is there to get you cooking. It's to the boil. Let's now add on with all this with this juices and everything that we had. It's just going to add an amazing flavor here to your curry. We're adding that shrimp with all that ghee that we put in. And there we go. Into your pot. Give it a nice stir. And we're going to leave it for only about 5, I would say between 5 to 10 minutes. And the moment of truth, guys, and the moment of truth has arrived. Okay, the pot is a bit hot, so we need a cloth. Let's get this thing off. Let's get this bad boy off the stove. Let's get this bad boy off the stove. And you're going to see something absolutely amazing, guys. Look at this. This is our Durban prawn curry. Look at the color of it. Look at the texture. Look at the chili. And now we're going to fill it into our bunny. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our curry inside the bunny. Now this is a bit of the tricky part. Let's get it like this. And here we go, guys. We are filling it up. We are topping up our bunny chow. Watch how this is going to be absolutely grand. And we want to get it, all the good stuff, right through. We want it to pour over. And that's exactly what we want. We want the curry here on the side. What you can do as well is put the prawns here. Let's put some here on the side as well. And let's fill it up. Oops, we had a little bit of a mess there. Not a problem. There we go. Let's garnish this thing, guys. A little bit of coriander on the top. You want to throw a green chili on the top. And I've got some grated carrot and cucumber to garnish on the side. And there's your bread. We can just fill it up here on the side here. And there you go. You've got a traditional bunny chow, prawn bunny from South Africa. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Enjoy the meal. And I'll see you in our next episode.